All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next step in this puzzle cube product that we are creating is to, two things. Number one, make sure that we have a answer key for our puzzle cube. And I've created a format for you, and you'll be able to get that from that. You'll be able to get that from me in the classroom, and it'll look like this. You'll need to take some colored pencils and make sure that you fill in each cube. I have the isometric view of 3 layers right here where you can color code each cube that you have. And then I have the top view and every single side view right here, which you can also color code. And this will make a great answer key for you because sometimes it gets a little confusing when we're trying to put these together, even if you've done it a few times. So you'll need to use colored pencils to do this. Secondly, you need to make sure that you assemble all of your parts together. And this is the part that gets a little bit tricky. You need to have all your puzzle parts, like I've got my puzzle parts down here created, ready to go. And we have to open up a new file format. For those of you who have taken my class in 7th grade, this will be pretty easy. For those of you who are totally new, this is going to be your first experience in creating an assembly file. So we have to go up to File, and we need to create a new file. And this is what we're going to use right here, the standard.iam. Not the weld. We're not dealing with sheet metal, so we don't use that. We just use the standard.iam and create. So now with that, and after it loads, we have to place all of our pieces into this file format. There's a place button right here. You may have to click this little down arrow and go to place because sometimes it automatically loads place from Content Center. That's not what we want. So I will place, and I can see my puzzle cube parts. You may have to search for your files where they're at, but I'm going to just go ahead and put part 1 in here, click it in there. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to stop there. I had to right click and press OK. I want to ground this piece so it does not move at all. This will be basically where I'm building everything off of. So if I right click that piece, I can actually go down here and click grounded. Now that one's grounded. It cannot move anywhere. If I try to move it around, it will not work. Now let's put a second part in here and see what happens. Here's a part 2. So right click OK. Now this part right here, I can move this one around. It is ungrounded. This one, it's grounded. I can't move it at all. So I'm not for sure about I would have to look at my answer key, how these parts go together, but I will show you how to constrain all of our parts. There's a constrain tab up here, and this is going to take some trial and error. You will have to try it, delete it, start over. That is okay. That is normal. Do not get frustrated if it doesn't work the first time, second time, third time, fourth time. That is normal. So we'll go up to our constraint. There's 2 main ways, actually 3 main ways, that we can try to constrain things. The first is we'll look at different edges. And I'm going to rotate this view around. Maybe I need this edge right here. We'll go with this one. This edge right here to be lined up with this inner corner right there. If I click that, it does this. Now that's not wrong. Let's click apply. And remember how I said this orange one's not going to move around. I can move this one around though. So now I need to constrain a few other things. Rotate it around again. I'll show you how you can use the edge again. I'll click this button, this little edge right there. Click that. Now I can click that edge, and it locks those in place together. I'll click apply. And then I'll try to shake it around, and it's not going anywhere because those edges are locked together. And these 2 pieces are locked. I can't do anything else with them. So that's perfect. Now I'll show you a second way. So that was using the edges. Let me add a new part. And again, this is not how I'm assembling my pieces. I'm just showing you how to constrain objects. Now this piece, we'll say, needs to fit in here. Now I can use constrain and just the general faces of objects. So click that, and maybe I need that to go on this part. So I click that there. Okay, that's fine. That works out pretty good. It's still not perfect, so I'm gonna just apply, and the only one that should move is this. So now if I look at this, I need this little gap here to be on that orange piece. I'm going to constrain this piece right now. See it right there? To this piece. Nice, look at that. That worked pretty good. And now I could constrain this face right here to this face, and it's locked in that position. Let's apply that, see if I can move it around if there's anything else I need to do. Nope. Those are locked together and it works. Now, say I didn't like that, or it didn't work out right, or I needed this actually move somewhere different. I can go over here to my model browser and I can select it, and I can right click all of these different mate constraints that we just did, delete them. Now I can move that around. The last way I was going to show you is let's see, let me make sure, get these on here, is going to be a flush constraint. So I locked that on the top there, but that's not quite right. So say I wanted to, see there's a flush constraint right here, I'm going to click that, make this flush with this end. So see how I can do that? Both of these are in line, they're flush, they're working with each other. I'm going to click apply. And maybe I also need this flush with this. So see how it moved it over? How those arrows are pointing in the same direction? And you can see those arrows are pointing in the same direction. That works. Click apply. Let's see what we got. Try to move it around. Nope. We're locked in. So if I go back here, I can see that I've shown you how to constrain things using the edges of objects. So say like that edge or these edges. The face of objects using the mate constraint right here, where the arrows are pointing not in the same direction towards each other. And then we've shown the flush constraint right there, which is very useful too. So you're going to have to play around with these and assemble all of your cube. Now, it's important that you have your scoring rubric in front of you, or not your scoring rubric, but your answer key that you created for your puzzle cube. That's going to make everything a lot easier. Good luck working on this, and there's many people who have taken my 7th grade class that could offer some help. Mr. Frank is not the keeper of all knowledge. They can also help you with this. All right, have fun and learn how to use this computer program, because you will be using this in your high school classes if you take Intro to Engineering and Design, or Principles of Engineering, or possibly even drafting. So this program that we're learning how to utilize right now and the way it operates does not go away. There's even other CAD programs that operate. They might not be the same, but they have similar tendencies. So it is really good to understand a 3D modeling program, and this gives us a good basic understanding of those types of programs. So have fun.